What is going on, fellas, and welcome back to Rubber Rescue. It's me, FoggyPlays on FM 22. Today we're taking our first step into the Europa League in our first group game, which is at home, which more than likely is a good way to start. And we're also taking on Derry City in yet another cup final. It's the League Cup final this time. It's going to be a hard one because Derry, very good form, and our form has been... but since you were here last, after our heroics to get 2 draws against Basel in the Champions League qualifying path playoff thing, the one that decided whether we got into the Champions League or the Europa League, we've been on pretty decent form. So if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But now it's time to take on PSV. Right, so as I said in the intro, it's PSV today. We also drew Dinamo Zagreb and Ludogorets. So I'm not expecting to pull up any trees in the Europa League this season, but would be nice if we could get third. I don't think we're going to. We do need to just win our home games, and we'll go from there. We're also taking on Derry in the Irish League Cup, which is not important, which is fantastic to get to a cup final where the board don't really care about it. We're not having the best at times, although it's been a couple of days since I played. We're on a B, it's not too bad. They're disappointed by our attempts at finishing top half, even though we are 4th, which is, we're sitting 4th. Probably not going to win the league this year, just saying. Unless we can derail Derry's season by beating them today. We'll worry about that when we get there. We did beat Bowes after the draw against Basel. 4-0, comfortable victory. Colin Whelan scoring a brace, which was fantastic. Beat Waterford 6-1 in the League Cup semi-final. Again, comfortable. Shelburne, we lost 2-0, which was quite frustrating, but it was just we've injuries that have made it somewhat difficult for us. And then against Dundalk, we absolutely demolished them 4-0. As you can see, scored our first 2 goals quite early on, and then just kind of played from there. It has been only 3 days since the Dundalk game, which is not ideal, and we have had a little bit of transfer news. We're bringing in Lee Kineen from Gloucester. That's not till February, so we'll worry about that later on. As you can see, Luke Keane. Oh, you can see. Luke Keane. Okay, yeah, you can see it. Luke Keane transferred from Manchester United on loan. So that means we sold him for a measly 400,000. The board were interested. As you can see, it's now worth 14 to 21 million. But we do have a sell-on for him, where if I go in here and we find Luke Keane, I think it's we get a friendly against them. They pay us 85,000 if he plays 10 league games, and we get 50% of the profit, which if we were to sell it right now, we would make savage money. But he has come back in on loan, which is fine, I guess. Game kind of freaked out for a second there. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. We are going to go out there, and as I said, we have injuries, which is not ideal. Prince is recovering from an injury. I think is it an ankle? Pulled knee ligaments, so he's going to sit this one out. He missed the last couple of games as well, which has not been ideal. And we are actually, other than that, fairly okay. Heffernan is only able to play 45 minutes. Kevin O'Connor, 75 minutes. And Emeran can play the full game. But we're going to start Heffernan, even though he's only able to play half the game, because he's on the road back from injury. We've given him a decent amount of game time, but he's just very, very tired. This PSV side have good players. Philippe Max, Van Ginkel, Mario Götze, Cody Gakpo. Some good players. Some players that you've probably heard of. Nobody expects us to get a result. Go out there and just enjoy the game. I'm going to get everyone to just calm down, have a bit of fun. It's no big deal. Probably going to lose. We'll just encourage the lads. Just a bit of encouragement. Go out there and they're playing 4-4-2. Mario Götze as one of their strikers. This is different to what my scouts reckoned. Why is the game freaking out? Albrecht finds Onofriti. Okay. I think, hopefully, that has fixed whatever the issue is. Onofriti. The game, freaked out when Albrecht passed the ball to him. Onofriti, beautiful curl shot. It was spectacular. So we are 1-up. 13 minutes in. Woohoo! Dinamo looked like they were drawing with Ludogorets. So I think PSV and Dinamo are probably the best teams in the group. I can see it being between us and Ludogorets for third. And to be honest, if we could make it out, I'd be more than happy. I don't expect us to. I'm putting, fourth place in the group is fine. All they expect us to be was competitive in the Champions League, which we were, I would say, more than competitive. And they only expect us to be competitive in the Europa League. And when a striker can do that, they're actually, significantly better than your team. He literally took it down beautifully and then just undid Heffernan in a split second, which, not ideal. Means we have to play just a little bit harder. Noam Emeran finds O'Connor. It's getting a bit fancy. Emeran gets it across, and Onofriti, best right winger at the club. I still think Luke Keane is a very, very good player, but he's not our player anymore. So I'm just going to start popping him in. Duffy. Shane Duffy. Is that the Shane Duffy? Like Irish centre-back Shane Duffy playing in Europa League for Frankfurt. Also Glusen did well. Yeah, that is the Shane Duffy. The Shane Duffy with his 8 acceleration playing for Frankfurt against West Ham. Interesting that those two were drawn together, since they were the real life Europa League finalists this year. It's like the game knows. The game is having a literal shit attack. I'm not sure what's going on. Hopefully it'll be fixed for the second game. Colin Whelan finally getting involved. Emeran, he chips the keeper, but it's off the crossbar. Athletic Bilbao winning their game. We're in we're playing against pretty good teams. Glusen, I can't get it past the defenders. Colin Whelan's not really been involved so far today, but I don't think it's necessarily his fault. Oh, come on. Cody Gakpo levels it up 2-2 just before halftime. I think this is definitely a hard game for Prelude to be playing in. Pumpfists, we only need one goal. Just one goal. My mouse is now freaking out. What is going on? Everything is broken. I'm not happy with your finishing. Okay, I've motivated everybody. Anybody in need? Okay, well, I know Heffernan has to come off. We'll give that a little bit of time. We won't take him off just yet. Albrecht is tired, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine. They'll all be fine. Everyone will be fine. Because we've gotten the extra money, things are going pretty well. We've got our training facilities and youth facilities being increased, which will be fantastic, because it means that the players that actually do come through that are quite good, we'll actually be able to do something with them. Speaking of, there is a youth intake, which isn't too far away. It should be coming up in the not too distant future. West Ham have had a player sent off as well. You can't see it. You probably can. You can probably tell. Oh, Glusen. This game we need to win. We don't win our home games. I'm going to say it now. I think we're going to struggle to get out of the group. I'm going to have to take Colin Whelan off. Oh, Philip Max smashes it off the crossbar. And thankfully on FM, if a player takes a penalty and doesn't score and it doesn't touch anybody, they can't come after it straight away. They have to wait, which is just the stupidest rule, but also the best rule. We're going to move Farnberger back to play in central midfield because to be fair, Glueson has just been useless. We're going to bring on Tunde to play on the right. Colin Whelan can come off for Cian Murphy. Why did I say his name like that? Cian Murphy. And we are going to let the game play out for a little bit longer. A draw would be fine, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind winning. I wouldn't mind winning on a Fleety. It somehow finds its way to Farnberger, who has actually been. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to put it out there. Okay, Farnberger has actually been pretty decent for a guy that last season could have taken him, could have left him. He wasn't amazing. He's actually been like getting involved and scoring goals. It's been fantastic to see. Okay, so we've got two players on the pitch still that shouldn't have played this long, but I don't really want to take them off. What do we have on the bench? Norstrand could come on. I could bring up Pack P. I'll bring on Pack P for. Yeah, I'll bring him on for Heffernan. Interestingly, Ryan Coleman, the player that probably wasn't as necessary to come off because he was the fitter of the two, is actually the one that is slowly but surely dying. Kevin O'Connor steps up to take the free kick. Oh, that's somehow gone in. And that's somehow his first of the season. How has Kevin O'Connor only scored one goal this season? How? How has that happened? Or we're 4-2 up anyway. It would take Tottenham levels of falling apart for us to lose this game now. Okay, lads. Okay, that's fine. I thought we were giving away another penalty. I was like, lads, I was, we don't need to be Tottenham. I actually don't know how Tottenham are doing in the world of football at the moment. I would imagine just doing Tottenham things. Murphy. Oh, Cian, he's on the transfer list by request, by the way. Dundalk and someone else are interested in him. I'm trying to shift him, but nobody wants to pay money for him. Nobody's even offered to sign him. But we have done fantastically well scoring, which is more than I expected. We managed to score 4. But we will be back in just a second for the League Cup final against Derry. Hopefully we can get back to winning cups again, which would be fantastic. So, back in a second. Right, fellas, so it's time for us to take on Derry in the League Cup final. Yet again, we're taking on the most successful team in the Cup. Derry've won it 11 times. We've won it 3 times. We also had our youth candidates come through. As you can see, we've only offered contracts to 2 of the players because the rest of them are pretty trash. Dara Cahill looks fine. He's 16 years old. 5-star potential. We give him a go. And striker Damien Quinn, who can finish really well. Doesn't have a great range of anything else. He's angry. Got decent technique. Good heading, but 5'7". Interesting. 3.5 star here. He's 3.5 star here as well. Okay, thought he was 4.5 star. Never mind. But yeah, like I said, the rest of them pretty rubbish. I'll sign potentially one of them, maybe 2. There's a couple here that look me. I don't think they'll ever become anything, but we shall see. So we're bringing Prince back in for this game. He's almost fully recovered, so might as well just bring him in, give him a chance, because Pridout against PSV wasn't the best player in the world. And Fabian starts instead of Glueson, because Glueson just wasn't very good in the last one. And other than that, the team is the same. So let's go. The team was good enough to beat PSV. Surely it'll be good enough for us to beat Derry. And to give everyone a couple of days rest, just because we were exhausted. Carry on from where you left off. Send the assistant to that. As you can see, our form is very good. 4 wins and I'd say very good. 4 wins and a defeat. Derry, 3 wins and 2 defeats with McGonigal up front. I'm really hoping that Prince doesn't get injured worse. That would be quite annoying. Emran steps up to take the corner, whips it in. Ryan Coleman's header is blocked by the goalkeeper, but Cullen Whelan is there to tap it in, which is fantastic. Still don't know why we're aiming at the short-ish centre-back. To be fair to the goalkeeper, Brian Mayer did well, just didn't push it anywhere. Onofriti having a poor game today after scoring twice against PSV. We have a free kick, and Colin Whelan steps up to take the free kick. Didn't know he was a free kick taker. Turns out he's not. I thought O'Connor was our free kick taker. Obviously, I haven't a clue what I'm talking about. I think it's set up that when Carlsberg plays, he takes the free kicks because he's got like 17 or 18 free kick ability, which, you know, it's pretty good. Oh, beautiful takedown for Emran. Whips it in across on a Freddy. Farnberger, 14th goal of the season. I think he only scored I feel like he only scored 3 last year. I feel like 3. That was the number. Farnberger. How many did you score last year? Okay, no, he scored 8 last year. He was a lot more effective than I thought he was. But 14 so far this year. I think you could say he's stepped up his game a bit. Yeah, he was bang average last year. This year, I think it's because he's learnt the language. Prince beautifully saved. Connor sends it for a throw rather than a corner, which is delightful. I'm going to tell lads we're halfway there, which, you know, technically speaking, is correct. I've motivated everyone except for Cahill. I'm surprised, actually. I thought Cahill was going to be the first of the players that would leave. I didn't think Luke was going to be the one that would go before anyone else. And it's kind of worked out well because we have an abundance of right wingers. So bringing Onofriti and Tunde in was actually a pretty decent idea. We have won a penalty. Makalene tripping somebody, and Whelan puts it in the back of the net. I think he's only missed 1 penalty so far this year. That's his 45th goal of the season. Just to let you know, put that out there. 45 goals. Better than Erling Haaland. I think it was Albrecht that got hacked down in the box. So we're doing well. Everything's going pretty good. Emran with a corner. Oh, Ryan Coleman crashes it off the crossbar. I suppose I wouldn't have done that if it hit the post. Janice. Coleman heads it clear. McGonigal finds Albrecht. Fabian. Emran. Very narrow for a winger who I've told to stay wide. Emran finds one of Friti and he's just put it over. I was actually looking at Emran's report. It says he's terrible at heading. Like, one of his main cons is he can't head a ball. Most of his goals have been headers. I don't think they fully understand how it works, but it's fine. It's okay. Albrecht's going to come off, and we're going to bring on Keane. Leave Luke have a run around. Not played a huge one recently. Since he came back, he hasn't played much. Farnberger is going to go and play in central midfield. Kevin O'Connor can come off for Packapee. Give the lads a bit of motivation, because, 3 up. Probably going to have a hard time getting the players to motivate themselves. Also, they moved McGonigal to the left wing. This is going to be quite a comfortable victory, I imagine. Not sure which one of them got at the end of it, but both our centre backs were there. 10 minutes left. Might as well make our final change. Hagelsgaard can come on. Halsgaard can come on for Coleman. We'll move him to left-sided centre back because I think he can play. I think he's got a left foot. I could be wrong. Halsgaard, reasonable. That's better than most people's left foot. So we've won the League Cup rather comfortably. 3-0 in the end. I did expect it to be just a smidge more difficult than it was. Farnberger does get to loft the trophy above his head. Prince gets to play in a final. I probably should have put McNulty on the bench, seeing as how he's the club captain. It looks like the World Cup. We won the World Cup, lads. Yes! Get in. We've gone and won. Enjoy the moment, lads. The season's not finished yet, though. Probably not going to win the Premier Division, which is going to be a little bit disappointing. Who is this? Pau Azur, Cameroonian side, offered nothing. Well, his contract is expiring, so kind of makes sense, I guess. Finance, we've 4 million in the bank. Beautiful. We still have actually got scouting budget. I made a couple of changes so we wouldn't be just throwing money out unnecessarily. It seems to be working currently. So I think for the next episode, we'll probably skip through October and then potentially Dinamo and Dundalk, depending on how the league's going. If we can't win the league, it'll be Dinamo and Ludogorets, which will pretty much decide where we're going to finish in the league anyway. But like I said, don't think we're going to win the league. It's a 13-point gap and we have one game in hand. If we go to here, we are... No, I was looking at the wrong one. Okay. I was going to say we're guaranteed top 4. Bows are 3 points behind us. I think it's a bit closer than that. We aren't going to get automatically relegated, which is fantastic. And that is technically 2 cups won so far. We still have 2, 4. Still have 4 we can win. It's not too shabby. So like I said, next episode, depending on how the league is going, I can't imagine we're going to be in with a shout of winning the league. Probably come back for Dinamo Dundalk, just so I can give you an episode with Dinamo Zagreb, and then we'll do Ludogorets maybe, and then PSV, potentially. You'll find out when we come back. But if you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.